What's going on, guys? His Squad here again, back at it with another video. In this video, I want to talk about a couple things going into the bye week that I think could really help this Giants team, and that's actually us getting some players back. Some of them we haven't seen on the field. The other ones, it's good to have them back. So those four players are going to be Ryan Lewis, Oshane Ximines, Xavier McKinney, and Tae Crowder. Now, Tae Crowder, interesting, right? Mr. Irrelevant. That's the last thing that he's been for us. He was put on IR, dealing with a hamstring injury after his game-winning touchdown. It was a fumble recovery during the Washington game, but with Tate Crowder coming back after the bye, I think this will definitely help this defense. Now, Tate Crowder, in where he was drafted in the draft, right, being the last pick. You're not really expected to do much. You're not really even expected to make the team, but he has came in and he's really solidified himself as a solid linebacker. His first game, he had a quarterback hit. He almost had a pick. He had eight, I think it was like 8 pressures on the QB as well. So the talent is definitely there. He has some speed to him. He's good in coverage. And I think if you pair him with Blake Martinez, he could be fairly solid. But the giant question mark is, how is he going to come off of this hamstring injury? Now, I like that the Giants are being very careful with their players coming off of whether that's IR, whether that's COVID-19. They're being very careful with how they have their players come back onto the field. And I really do like that because I think that stops and prevents future injury. So I think that's really good to see. But with Tate Crowder coming back after the bye, we do have a stretch of some hard games coming up after the bye week. I'd love to have him come back for the Philly game, but I just don't think that's possible right now. But with Tate Crowder coming back, I think that would definitely help out this defense, where this defense is coming along, right? We're having some key players really step up, making this team better. We're really lacking a pass rush, but we're still able to get to the quarterback and cause pressure, get some sacks in there. But Tate Crowder, in the limited time that we've seen him, he's been very solid for us. Hopefully, he can continue up that progression, and again, paired with Blake Martinez, hopefully he can really step up to be that solid number 2 inside linebacker. Now, we also have Ryan Lewis coming back. Now, I'm not too surprised with that, considering that, in my last video, we spoke about them releasing cornerback Corey Ballentine. Ryan Lewis, in a position where the quarterback number 2 is a giant question mark, he's been very solid for us. Definitely an upgrade over Isaac Yiadom. Definitely an upgrade over Corey Ballentine. But Ryan Lewis, in the limited time that we've seen him, has been very solid for us. He's done well pairing him with James Bradbury. And I have more confidence with him on the field than I would with an Isaac Yiadom. Now, I do think that we will need him in the games coming up after the bye, especially, you look at like Cleveland, you look at Baltimore. We are going to need a cornerback number 2, like Ryan Lewis on the field, because leaving Isaac Yiadom on the field is only going to hurt this team. You're only going to see more. You're only going to see more plays of him getting exposed, busted coverages, and Ryan Lewis seems to do fairly well with holding his own on the field, and I like that. You need that in the number 2 cornerback, and considering that we already have a lockdown corner at the moment, we need some sort of security blanket on that side because Isaac Yiadom is not doing it for us. Now, one of my favorite players, if not my favorite player that we drafted in this past draft, which was free safety Xavier McKinney, who was thought to be the best free safety in the draft. I know right now the safety out in Tampa, I'm forgetting his name, Antoine Woodfield Jr., I believe. He's playing fairly solid. He's looking like the best corner in the draft. But I do think that if Xavier McKinney can play to the player that we think that he should be, he could easily blow Winfield Jr. out the water. Now, Xavier McKinney was dealing with a foot injury, and we've heard some positive things come out from Joe Judge saying that, he's seen him running with trainers. He's hearing positive remarks about Xavier McKinney, and hopefully we can see him after the bye week. Now, that does bring a question mark about Logan Ryan. What are they going to do with Logan Ryan? Now, I've been on record saying I think that we should bring back Logan Ryan. He does provide veteran leadership. He's been very solid on this defense, and, I was really excited that we were able to pick up Logan Ryan, not only on a cost-effective deal, but we've been getting 2 of the biggest free-name cornerbacks on the free agent market in James Bradbury and Logan Ryan. But I think that with Xavier McKinney on the field, he's only going to improve this defense. I think that he could be a Jamal Adams kind of player. I know that's a little bit of a stretch, but when you go back and look at the tape, I think that he could be. He gets to the quarterback. He can play edge. He can play linebacker. He can play free safety, strong safety, corner. He could do everything. And I think that's only going to help this defense out. I'm really, really excited to have X-Man on the field. I think that with him coming onto the field, it makes his team even more unpredictable. And I think you pairing X-Man with Jabril Peppers, I've been on record of saying that they could be easily one of the best duos in the league. They could be a force to be reckoned with. So I'm excited to see X-Man on the field. Going into next year, I expect him to be a full-time starter. And I think that, if we could get him some playing time right now, it's only going to help him going into next season to where we could see a really improved player next year. And I'm very excited to have him on our team. Even more excited to see him on the field. Lastly, we have Oshane Ximines, who will be coming back from IR. Now, Oshane, right? He's been a little bit of a question mark going into this year. Me and Tim from Online Big Blue have said that, we think that he could have a very good year. He looked really good last year in the limited time that he was playing, but this year he's kind of fallen off a cliff. He's been very quiet, hasn't been able to get to the quarterback. Then he gets put on IR. But in a time where our edge rushing position is a question mark and we don't have any pieces outside of Kyler Fackrell that can really get to the quarterback at that position, you would think that Oshane Ximines can come back and at least play a significant role. Now, Oshane Ximines, let's be real, the talent is there. He has the talent. He's productive, but for some reason this year he just hasn't been, and that's really upsetting. But hopefully pairing him with Fackrell can help improve Ximines, because I think that the talent is there, and I think that if we can just tap into that talent, he could be a phenomenal player. 53 is definitely a solid player, and when he's on the field, his defense is better. But coming into this year, he just hasn't even looked like he's been on the field in a lot of games. But hopefully Oshane can definitely change that. I think that this defense is coming along fairly well, but having these players come back, especially after the bye, where we're going to be fresh, they're going to be fresh, I think it's only going to help this team, and hopefully they can make that much of an impact on this team to where this defense can take that next step. Now, this defense is playing very, very solid, coming into a year where I thought the offense would be a lot better than the defense. It's actually flipped. Defense has been really good. Offense has been suspect. But I'm very excited to see what this defense can be with these players coming back. I tip my hat off to Patrick Graham because he's been a solid defensive coordinator. I think he's putting himself on the map as a good defensive coordinator. And right now he's had this defense at a top 10 in the league. And that's very exciting because we haven't had that since, 2016? So I think getting all these players back is only going to help out this defense and can help this team if we somehow do make a playoff push, right? Who knows, man? I'm not even banking on that, but who knows at this point with this division. But let me know your thoughts below. Are you guys excited to have these players come back? What players specifically are you excited to have coming back? Me personally, outside of Tae Crowder, I'm really excited to see Xavier McKinney on the field if he does step on the field. Again, I think that he could be like that Jamal Adams type of player, but obviously, yeah, we have to wait to see how that translates onto the field. But this is Brooklyn Hit Squad. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share. We're building something really good here. We're getting more subscribers in. We're getting more comments in. We're almost at 300. Almost at 300. Let's get to 300. Anyways, this is Brooklyn Hit Squad. See you guys in the next video. Peace.